On first down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And his first pass is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10.
Richmond.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, Mahomes. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing now is Mahomes. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time the two AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so high. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and ended up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
As you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year. Hopkins this year, over 1,000 yards again. 4th time that he's done that in 6 NFL seasons. He had 1,572 to be exact.
And that was second only to Atlanta's Julio Jones. And you have to think the return of Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position, taking all the starts this year, that had to help because we've seen DeAndre Hopkins have big seasons with multiple quarterbacks, but have that one consistent guy only elevates his play.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw is Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Justin Houston in there to get him for a loss of 5. Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texas. 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to rifle one, try to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, it's Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. He will push his way down to about the 14. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. For this past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by...
Oh, man, what the fuck you got my way, bitch?
They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive.
And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get up the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot.
And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll. Justin Houston in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Allen Bailey in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw.
Go eat that shit!
To QT. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, an even 90 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And he'll wind up up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis on Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They go play action. Now Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Come back, come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Come back, come back.
Throwing again is Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Justin Houston able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, come on.
Incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And they'll go on the ground.
That motherfucker.
Not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Justin Reed, the safety, made the
Worrying
tackle.
about you, man.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in
Ball
prime
back,
position
dude.
going the other way. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Black gun and I feel it.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans will...
All right, this is a hell of a hole. This is a hell of a hole. This is a hell of a hole. Hell of a hole. Come on,
Everyone was
team.
accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to put
What the fuck,
For
bro?
the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
These niggas ain't no
When I saw
fucking
the
blocking.
pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will extend their lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away.
We're gonna get some.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while
his
now,
job
right?
is to turn the
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
motherfucking
But
man.
normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drop.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will finally get him as he's all
Wait
the
till
way
you can kill the
down.
nigga again. Good game, dog. Let's run it back, nigga. Yeah. Fucking right. Appreciate it.
Let's get started with some of the basics.
Nigga, run the game, nigga. You won't brag and shit. Fuck. Punk ass motherfucker. Motherfucking team back, man. Change this outcome. Yeah, that's my squad. That's all I fuck with.
I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and got him. Took me so long to get it, gonna spell it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bugger. One in the hand, one in the bag, bugger. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm in it all the fries, you get me? All the hot sauce, all the pie, you can get me? Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can get. Super fly for the dumbos.
Gentlemen.
What up, Jit?
Yeah, that's pretty fun, baby. I said